Hi, I'm Steve Stedman. I just wanted to share with you some promotions that we're having this month on our SQL Server mentoring package. This month, our SQL Server mentoring, we have a 4-hour block promo that will include 6 months of our daily monitoring product. And let's take a look at what this actually means to you. We'll come back to the daily monitoring in a minute, but first let's take a look at our mentoring. And what our mentoring is, it's a training or consulting type option where you need a little bit of help. If you want someone to take on a bigger project, we're happy to help you with that, but that's different than what mentoring is. Mentoring, the way it works is you start with our free 30-minute consultation. We talk about what we can do to help you. You can purchase it here online through Stedman Solutions. When you need help, you just fill out the form to request a time to meet. We can either meet over Teams or Zoom and work through what it is that you need help with. Sometimes we'll reply by email. You might send an email that says, hey, I'm having problems with this issue. How can you help me? And I'll help with that. And the thing with the mentoring is it's just billed to a very minimal number of hours. And here it says you pay for the time spent answering the request with a 20-minute minimum time block. Actually, I track it much more down to that. I mean, if you send me an email and it takes me 5 minutes to answer your question, you get billed for 5 minutes. If we get on a Zoom call and it takes 17 minutes to go through and figure out what's going on, well, you get billed for 17 minutes on that. And the way it works is you prepay for a block of 4 or 8 hours, and then that gets banked, and you just chip away at that as we have different requests coming in over time. Really, we're going to use Teams or Zoom to meet with you, or whatever your favorite conferencing tool is. Basically, you're just paying for the time involved, and we're going to do what we can to help you with those. A lot of the times we'll block out an hour, sit down and work on a problem and get it figured out in less than that. We can help with mentoring. We can help with queries. We can help with reports. We can help with server configuration things, helping find out or teaching you how to find out what's going on with performance on your server. The difference is between this and normal consulting is with the regular consulting, the goal is the outcome, that we're going to be providing something, we're going to do performance work, we're going to do whatever. Where the difference with mentoring is, here it's about teaching you how to do things so that you can do it in the future. Most of the time we'll get your response within 8 hours, but usually it's less than that, unless you send it in the middle of the night. Your prepaid time, it doesn't expire. So that's nice. Some people, we have mentoring where they buy a new block every 3 months. Others will buy a 4-hour block of mentoring, and that lasts them 2 years. Just stays banked every month. You can get a statement that shows how much you've used and how much is left. When your prepaid time is used up, we'll send you an invoice with an option to renew for another block of time. You can choose to renew or not at that point. Quick overview on what is mentoring, but the cool promo we have is that for the month of August, and I may extend this a little bit longer, but I'm only guaranteeing it for the month of August, is that when you sign up for mentoring, you get 6 months of our daily monitoring for free with the purchase of the mentoring package. With that, there's no long-term commitment on the daily monitoring. It's just absolutely free bonus for you for 6 months. What the SQL Daily Monitoring or Daily Checkup, as we call it, is, it's a product that's normally either $129 a month or $1,100 or just short of $1,200 a year. It does is it detects and alerts you on things that are going on with your SQL Server. So, got some comparisons to that, our managed services. The daily checkup, it doesn't mean we're committing to do anything to work or remediate or fix your server, but what you're doing is you're just getting a notice of the status of your server on different things. And with this, we can set it up to give you that as a daily email or as a monthly email or a weekly email, whatever is convenient for you. With this, a lot of people will use this as a way to kind of get their server into shape. We worked with one client that was building out a couple of new servers, and we set up the daily checkup email for them. And they basically use that as their task list to help get that server into shape. And every day they would have a goal of knocking out 1 or 2 items from that list in order to get that server into a more robust shape. So let's take a look at what that daily checkup email looks like. Here's one for my test environment. It's running on 5 different SQL servers here, or different instances. And things are in red are things that require attention. Now this is my dev environment, so it's not as up to date or whatever as a normal production environment would be. We can see that there's a number of different items here. We'll scroll down, we'll skip over the first server because it doesn't do much, but we'll take a look at the second server in the list here. This is my desktop development environment that's running and monitoring. It shows things like what are our weights per database by day, and day by day, what are the databases that have the most weight. And we can see there was something here that spiked around July 28th, maybe 29th on the email marketing database. I know I was doing some things that it had a problem with some web service calls that caused some a lot of weights at that point. Those kind of things spike, and you see, oh, what happened? What do we have to do to deal with it? Here's this issues over time. Generally, we like to see this line declining, because this is my development server, I kind of leave it there so I can test against things. We've got our disk space, our CPU over time. We can see the blue in this chart is the SQL Server time, and the black is other CPU. And since this is my desktop, there's a lot of other things going on besides the SQL Server. We can see the error log. There was something that spiked a few days back on error log, and I dealt with that, and SQL connections over time to see how that's trending. And then the blocking by hour. And then following that are a number of items that are recommendations. Log files larger than database files, user table in the master database, drive is low on disk space, things like that. If this was a production server, you'd want to be dealing with these as quickly as you can. Let's take a look at the next server here. There's some more as well. Here, this is another instance running on the same server. We have a completely different batch of weights that we see here, or at least on this server. And then we can see SQL updates available, some cost threshold for parallelism, different settings like that that are recommended. So basically what you're getting with this on the daily monitoring is you can set it up to get this email every day with the things on your server that we would generally look at are things that we would do to get the server in a more robust state. Just a reminder, this month the promo is 6 months of daily monitoring for free when you buy the mentoring package. And when you buy the mentoring, you can buy a 4-hour block or an 8-hour block, and it gets banked. We'll help you. It's usually me or one of the other team members, depending on what your specific needs are. Mentoring, I guess I should say, mentoring is one of the things that I find is the most enjoyable part of all the work I do, because it's one of the more rewarding things, in that in a short amount of time in the mentoring, we can make a big change for you or the client in what they're doing. And it's a great way to teach and to share and to be able to get the client problems, issues solved. Anything related to DBA work, anything related to database programming, SSRS reports, other things like that, we're there to help, and we're there to jump on a call and do pair programming with you and work through the details so that you'll be in better shape. I'd like to ask you if you could check out our mentoring package. You can go to the StedmanSolutions.com website, click on the store, up in the top right corner. From there, click on mentoring, and the promo is the 6 months of daily monitoring included with the mentoring for the same price as the normal mentoring package is. For some reason you accidentally click on the regular mentoring and buy that, we'll still give you the 6 months of daily monitoring for free. Thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this, and please check out our mentoring and let me know what you think. All right, have a great day.